I'm with Joe, and he's helping me today go through the storage unit, and we're trying to alphabetize the DVDs. So I'm gonna hand the camera to Joe, and as a rare treat, you got me? As a rare treat, I will go and share with you one or two videos from every letter of the alphabet in my DVD collection. Is that cool? Is that cool with you, Joe? All right, and you can chime in too if you want. Oh, these are the numbers, right? You can come in close.
Numbers and
what's a good one? Okay, so we're showing off stuff. All right, quick. Angel Levine. Wow, sealed copy. Great movie. One of my favorites. It's Harry Belafonte produced it. It was Zero Mostel. It's based on a play, I believe, and basically it's about a Jewish person who has a near fatal. I think his kid died or something. But basically, he has become, as a Holocaust survivor, so in disbelief of a higher power that when Harry Belafonte shows up as an angel and says, "Look, all you need to do is believe in a higher power, Jesus, whatever, God, then I will change things for you." And he cannot bring himself to. Brilliant film. Harry Belafonte, one of our best producer, actor, directors. How's that for A? So many more. All right, B. Well, this is right on top. Boss, well, I haven't seen it. Bossing Up. This is hard to find, especially sealed. But what's interesting about Bossing Up, I just saw an interview, I think it was on Vlad. Snoop Dogg, who is a star, this actually, for as many movies as Snoop Dogg has been in, this is probably his vanity passion project. He said that for about a year, when he was hanging out with Bishop Don Magic Juan, he really became a pimp. He took on the pimp mentality. And this film, Bossing Up, even though I dismiss it, he says it's really based on his real true life. So I know there's some people out there that love Bossing Up and Snoop. And oh, what do we have here? We have 2 copies of Bush Mama, one signed by Hailey 5 years ago, and a sealed copy that will probably sell soon. You can pan over this until we get to another letter. Well, Candy Tangerine, we did a whole video on that. But I know you're interested in that, Joe. You see anything here you want me to talk about? Or Chris Rock show. I need to get that signed.
Neil Simon's California Suite. Have you seen that?
It's Bill Cosby and Richard Pryor. A lot of people took offense to this movie because they felt they divested themselves of their blackness to be in it. But you know, the interviews from the time, they say it was a great opportunity to work with Neil Simon and work together for a couple of days. They basically, they're seeing, it's a series of vignettes with all these major actors. Ray Stark produced it, and it's about a couple. Each one's sort of almost like what did we just see? It's sort of like the earlier version of Couples Retreat. So you could almost put these two together if you wanted to. So this is like the 2002 version of California Suite. How's that? Is that fair enough? Keep it moving. D. Shout out to Russell Simmons. A lot of people. Well, we already talked about. We talked about Darktown Strutters already. Let's see. Donnie Darko. Nothing. Oh, Dummy. I've talked about that a few times. I love Dummy. I don't see anything in D that's grabbing me. Janky. This is the first movie by Ice Cube to go straight to DVD. Not because of him. It was supposed to go to theaters, but the Weinstein Group went out. They sold their interest in Disney and ended up selling this movie directly to Blockbuster. For a long time, this was only available as a Blockbuster exclusive. It's Mike Epps and Ice Cube together after Next Friday. There's some funny parts in it, but I think they're pushing a little too hard for the R. Basically, it's about these 2 rap promoters in like a small town in California trying to bring a big rap act in. Sort of like you remember the characters in Living Color, the Funky Finger Productions? It's kind of like that, but a little distasteful. Like the opening scene, I think it's Ice Cube. He's peeing in a jar and he pours the liquid out of the car, kind of showing that he lives in his car. I think it's a little extra. We don't really need to see that. Same with like Harlem Aria is another movie. I don't think it's in this set, but where you're seeing the disgusting side of human nature. And Martin. I have like 10 copies of this movie. This is one of the best movies, in my opinion, ever made. Love this movie. The black connection to it is it's edited by Hugh Robertson, who also did Melinda, which is in the Empire here somewhere. You know, in close. Mahogany, everybody knows. This is a great movie. Muhammad Ali, The Greatest by William Klein. It's two films made 10 years apart about Muhammad Ali put together as a feature film. So it's Muhammad Ali in my, basically the people's reaction and sort of a portrait of Muhammad Ali when he was Cassius Clay in Miami prior to his championship fight with Sonny Liston. William Klein's a very, very, very great photographer. He's made a limited number of films, and just a great. I can't recommend this more for a lot of reasons. Visually, it captures something, and then also William Klein being an American, but a European ideals trained in France. He has a very unique perspective, very critical of America. One of the images that pops into my head as I'm holding this is when he pans across all the investors in Cassius Clay's career. It's very interesting because it's almost like they banked on a racehorse, and he's from Kentucky, so you see, and a lot of fighters also, you know, Joe Louis had investors in his team. They called it a corporation. These guys really, great film. If you can find this from Facets, look for it. Highly recommended. One of my prized possessions. Where are we on time?
6 minutes, coming up on 7 minutes.
So we're probably gonna hit 10. Anything here, man? Percy is sealed. The Kinks did the soundtrack. Horrible film. Horrible film. Don't even. The Kinks soundtrack isn't even that good. That's regular stuff. Posse, we know. Is this signed? No, PC Action's not signed. I'm a big Bob Hope fan. Don't get it twisted. Bob Hope is the shit. Shout out to Ivana. Anita Kopass, I'm sorry. Friends. And I'm gonna leave that on top. Ish from Diggable Planets and Anita Kopass and Bones Malone. The original title on this was Men Without Jobs. Really good film as far as the time period. Got a sign, Rosewood. I think we showed that earlier. This I needed last week, couldn't find it. Oh, somebody was talking about this the other day. Wonder if I had it. S. We ran out of film. S. All right. So what's an S?
We sat by the door right there.
Well, it was a fucking joke. Squirrel. This is a movie that I will never watch, but I happen to possess. It's Carl Anthony Payne from Martin. So when you see a movie used, you pick it up. If anybody from Martin is in it, quite frankly. Strapped. Just talking about. Oh my goodness. Just talking about Forrest Whitaker directing HBO movie. Still Bill, great movie. It's signed by the director. One of the directors, two directors on this one. And this I shared with you, and you seem not impressed. This is one of my most prized possessions, Joe. Why do you think I care so much about this particular piece of plastic and paper?
Well, I wasn't impressed because I was blind and I didn't see the signatures. It was signed by Ivan Dixon, who's the director.
On the bottom.
And then it's by Sam Greenlee, who is the writer.
Yeah. So I challenge anyone that they have a authorized DVD of Spook Who Sat by the Door, signed by both the film's director and the book's writer. I don't think there's another copy, other than what we gave away at the time that we were promoting this. I think the two people in the world have this particular item, so I'm very proud of this. And it goes in the pile. Anyway, moving on. Tfal. Ain't got nothing on T. All the W's and V's. Are we still somewhere in this? Couple boots in here. We got Handmade, Sinbad. These will never make it to DVD because of rights issues, but that's stuff. And then two things I made. We got the Merv Griffin box. Lots of great stuff in that. Sidney Poitier. It has Warm December. For a long time, this was the only place you could get Warm December was in this set. Trying to find a good one. Let me see. Peace out, Kimberly Elise. Woman Now Art Loose. T.D. Jakes. Where should we go? What do you want? That's kind of rare. 70s TV. Cleavon Derricks from Silver Spoons, very talented actor, gone too soon. And then you got for your nostalgia's sake, White Shadow, season 1. Ken Howard, White Savior. But also, this show is very important because 2 of the actors from the show, Kevin Hooks and I forget the other. Eric Lonville was on St. Elsewhere, but Kevin Hooks here became a very successful director in his own right. Directed Passenger 57. Did we see that over there? I don't think Passenger 57's in this pop. And then the flip side of that coin, no disrespect to anyone, not one person from the cast of What's Happening went on to direct major TV episodes. Why is that? Bud Yorkin, why is that? Rest in peace, Bud Yorkin. Or Eric Monti, for that matter, but, that's... they say, hey, rest in peace to... Oh, and Dee, shout out, prayers up to her. She's facing some physical things right now, physical challenges. Rest in peace to Rerun and Shirley Hempel. But that's so we're sorting through this, and that's all I got, man. We didn't hardly touch stuff down there. We still got to deal with. So, and you called me a pack rat. That's why I had to give you stories behind the movies to defend. I'm not a pack rat. I am an archivist. I'm a collector. I'm a historian. There's a difference.